So let me talk you through the mechanics of preparing an integrated script and score for rehearsal or workshop or reading purposes for musical theater. The goal here is to have as few page turns as possible, as well as to facilitate actors who want to read from the lyric page but not the music, or actors who want to read from the music but not the lyric pages, so they can remove those pages and have fewer pages to turn. So, assuming all the dialogue is in the score, and you've done all the other formatting that is necessary, this is just the mechanics of what page should follow what page, and you know how to do running page numbers and all that kind of stuff. So this is, I'm going to be flipping these pages. You probably can't quite read the actual text, but you know it's going to look like this. So the overall basics that you need to know is the order of events is book, lyric, music. Book, lyric, music, book, lyric, music, book, lyric. There's a piece of book, then there's the lyric page, and then there's the song that corresponds to that lyric. Then we go back to book, then up until someone sings, and then there's a lyric page, or pages, and then the song, and then more book, lyric, music, book, lyric, music, book, lyric, music, and they then get integrated. This is separate from what you'd send to a producer. A producer would get, here's the script, which has the lyrics, and here's the score, which also has the lyrics, but not in lyric pages. The biggest formatting difference for the book writer or the word processor is that the lyric pages have for an integrated scripted score, have a hard page before and after them, so the lyric page stands alone. There's no book on the lyric page, and there's no music on the lyric page. It's all by itself is the lyric. In fact, the book has like little packets of book that's all by itself, and it finishes its little double-sided task, and then we move on to the lyric page. The lyric pages, and they're double-sided, and you can remove them. And you don't have any book, and you don't have any music in them. So here's how to do that. I'm going to talk from page 1 to, let's see. Okay, I'll flip some pages with you. All right. So here, this is the first here. I'm going to take this out so you're not confused from the get-go. All right. There you go. That's your first page, title page, and on the back side of it, you've got some introductory stuff: the cast, time, and place, musical numbers, vocal ranges. That's typical to have 1, 2, 3, 4 sides of pieces of paper before the script starts. If you want, you can number these with small Roman numerals, not the cover page, but this would be Roman numeral 1 and 2 and 3. But the running pages at the bottom of the integrated scripted score start on the first page of the book. Running page numbers. I don't know if you can see this down here, where there's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and so on, at the bottom of the page. These page numbers are different from the page numbers of your script. These running page numbers are different from the page numbers in the score. The integrated script and score doesn't care at all what these page numbers used to be. You don't want to change those, because when you're submitting them to a producer, they're going to be correct. So just leave them in there, but add to it running page numbers. Consecutive, front, back, from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which means all of the right-hand side pages are going to be odd numbered. 1, 3, 5, 6, and all the left-hand side pages are going to be even numbered, 2, 4, 6, 8, and so on. Book, lyric, music, book, lyric, music. So here's how that goes. Here's book, page 1, page 2. Hard page break, no lyrics here. Then the lyrics start on the right-hand side. That's to facilitate. Watch what happens. So I'm a singer who wants to read from the music. I don't want to read from the lyric page. I could care less about that. Get rid of that. But if I get rid of that and there's music on the back, I'm in trouble. If I get rid of that and there's a book in it, I'm in trouble. So you want only lyrics to be on the lyric page so that a singer can remove that if he or she wants. Or there's the other kind of actor who doesn't want to work on the music, or I've already learned the music. I know the notes, now I just want to work off of the lyric page. So that singer wants to remove this, and there's no book that gets removed if you remove the music. So that's why we do that. A couple other reasons as well. So what does that mean in terms of when you're preparing this to go to the printers or before you send it out of your own printer? You want to deal with double-sided final product. You could give to the copier single sides, but this would be page 1, page 2, page 3, page 4, page 5, page 6. This is, how many is this? This is 46 pieces of paper. You could give the copier 46 pieces of paper, or you could give the copier 23 pieces of paper that are double-sided. You could give them single-sided and say, make me double-sided, or you can give them double-sided and say, make me double-sided. But whatever it is you do, you've got to have these running pages already in it. You could do that by hand. You could print out single copy and integrate it by hand, and then, like book lyric music, and then write 1, 2, 3. It's more efficient than you would think. I do that more often than trying to deal with a PDF program, trying to get these in here, trying to get the PDFs integrated in the right spot, and figuring out, oh, this is a backside, this is a blank backside, and I forgot to input now, but page 13 is over here, and everything's all off. So, I'm going to go now. This is about collating. How do you get the music to land on odd number pages every single time? The book starts on an odd number because it starts on the right-hand side. The lyric starts on the right-hand side. Every time there's a new either book or lyric or music packet, a new song, a new lyric page, that lyric or music or book starts on the right-hand side of the page with an odd number. So how do you accomplish that? Essentially inserting blank pages that correspond to the backside if your book doesn't come out to an even number of pages. If, for instance, here's page 1, page 2, if the book went on to a third page, you'd have to add a blank backside. I'll show you that in a sec. But in this particular case, book 1, page 2, good to go. Then the lyric, page 3, that occupies only one side of the page. We had to insert a blank page 4. In a PDF program, literally insert blank page. If you're sending single sheets of paper to the copier, literally a blank piece of paper that you stick in there and put a 4 in the bottom of it. Follow that? Because single-sided, this corresponds to 4 pieces of paper. Page 1, paper 1, paper 2, paper 3, paper 4. In a PDF program, it corresponds to, here's a PDF from the book, here's a PDF from the lyric, and insert blank page here, in order to make sure that music is then on page 5. Follow that? That's all there is to it, but it gets very confusing, particularly when you get to underscoring. I'll show you that in a sec. So, music. If it's an even number of pages, you don't have to add a blank. If it's an odd number of pages, you have to add a blank side. Music. 5, 6, 7, and it's done. Ooh, we have to add a blank page. Page 8. Then here's the book. The book is a single piece of paper in this particular case. And so we have to add a blank backside so that book winds up being units of 2 Music is units of 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. Book is 1, 2. Lyric, 1, 2. So all of these had to add blank pages in order to make sure that music or book or lyrics start on the even right, or the odd right side of the page. I'm sure you got that now. I will stop saying that. Told you I'd stop saying it. Page 13, 14, 15, 16. Book, lyric, music. Book, 17, 18. Lyric, 19, 20. Music, 21, 22, 23 is back to book, 24. Lyric page, 25, 26. Music, 27, 28, 29. Here we come to, these are all, book, lyric, song, book, lyric, song, book, lyric, song. Now we come to underscoring. Here's an example of how the underscoring works. Don't be confused by the fact that it doesn't have lyrics when we say we still need a lyric page, book, lyric, music. In this particular case, you got to think of underscoring as is music underneath either a lyric or under dialogue. If there's music going on under dialogue, that dialogue is in the score, and therefore we need a lyric page, which format-wise means on the lyric page, this particular one here, this is, see, here's the cue here, texting underscore. This is the book. She's gone. Jared pulls out his phone and begins texting someone. Music goes. Ba, 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 ba. So here, this page, whatever this line of dialogue is, turns out I'm free tonight after all, where are you at? That is over music. Ba, 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 ba. Turns out, blah, 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 blah. Think of that just like a lyric. Formatting-wise, it's exactly the same thing as a lyric page because there's music going on. The fact that he's speaking instead of singing doesn't change the formatting. Book, lyric, music, book, lyric, music. Book, lyric, which is dialogue over music, music. Book, lyric, music, book, lyric, music. So for underscoring, more often than not, you wind up with this ugly looking thing. Really, that's it? Just 2 lines and then 2 lines? Really, that's what you want? That is what we want. And it has to do with, in rehearsal, what you want to avoid at all costs is having the actors, we're in the middle of music, and then it says dialogue, see score, or see script, and then they have to flip back. You never, never, never want to flip backwards. This format is all about, you always keep turning forward. Whatever happens next, here, the music starts, I know the next page is lyric. Or if I'm a reader of music, I know the cue starts and I go, whoop, and I go straight to the music. Then when the music is done, the next thing that comes up is book. Every time that whatever follows music is going to be book. Whatever follows music is going to be book. Whatever follows music is going to be book. So if it's underscoring, we want to go underscoring. This is underscored, and I know then I can go to the music. Till the music is done, then we keep turning, and here is book. Oh, Act 2, which starts with book. This is optional, this piece of paper, when you, the act break. When you, especially if you have big, long, thick things, some of our it's 500 pages. It's slightly useful to go find out where Act 2 is. You got a running chance of looking for a blank page. It's optional, but if you include it, you might as well have the running page number as well. Just a lot easier. Book, lyric, music. Okay? So a couple anomalies when you're putting together an integrated scripted score. If you have through sung, your entire musical is music from beginning to end, how would you do that? book, lyric, music. Yes, you put book, lyric, 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 and then all of the score. Because we would, in the score, we just keep turning pages. We don't know how to flip back. So in a through-sung musical, the score is all together because it's formatting-wise, it's all one cue. It's all one continuous cue. You'll find too that there's some times when you'll want to put a couple music cues which are back to back to back to back to back that don't have dialogue in between them. It's attacca, fum, attacca, fum, attacca, fum, attacca, fum, attacca, fum. What you could do there is assemble book lyric, book lyric, book lyric, book lyric, because they're all coming together. Actually, yes, yeah. It would actually be, well, if it's underscored, all the stuff which is together. Cue 4, 5, 6, and 7, let's say, are all together. The score, you could put all those together in the score. Cue 4, attacca, cue 5, attacca, cue 6, attacca, cue 7, attacca. And then preceding that, it would go book lyric, book lyric, book lyric, book lyric. Capiche? I think that's enough to get you started. You will find there's the other possibility, that might come up is very short cues. Like you've written the phone rings and you've got a ding ding that you've written out. Think of that as a complete song. Formatting wise, it's a complete song. Book lyric music, phone. Book lyric music, phone. The one exception there is if you've got a sequence that is a whole bunch of short cues. I don't know, like he starts to sing and he stops, he starts again, he stops, he starts again. It's like, my love is like I can't really think of anything. My love is like a big, now I meant to say little. My love is like a little. Instead of thinking that as book lyric music, book lyric music, book lyric music, you could format the music to say cue, 6 and 6A and 6B and 6C and 6D and string them all together that way. Possibly even on the same pieces of paper, but you could call them the same cue and therefore have your own little, small moment of sung through. If there's just so, in this particular sequence here, the dialogue interruption is so short and so frequent. If it's just one interruption, you got to do book lyric music. If it's sort of a sequence or a series, same with music. If it's one little tiny short cue, keep it its own separate cue. If it's a series of short cues, you can kind of glump them together. Okay. Best of luck. There's lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of details. LSAR format guidelines, as you probably know, is over 120 pages long, but this will at least get you started for integration. I just want to leave you with one last reminder. This integration is for rehearsals and workshops and development. Your formatting for producers, don't hand them an integrated thing. Hand them script with lyrics without hard pages before and after the lyrics, and separately the score, 2 different documents. The integrated one is where you'll have to do all the blank back pages, the blank back sides. All right? Bon chance. Thank you much. See you later.